Greetings, fellow Gothamites. Tiki here.
And Bluedragonfive. Over 10 years ago, as the Dark Knight changed things forever, we lost the actor who made it happen. Heath Ledger delivered the ultimate performance that left us eternally wanting more. While we all thought we saw the last of his portrayal as the Clown Prince of Crime, two men unearthed amazing footage of what he might have done next.
The job falls to us to comb over the files and documented exploits of Patient 4479 in this ultimate tribute to the role of a lifetime. Let's get this episode started with Christmas with the Joker specials. That's right, Dragon. It's Christmas in July. We're taking a little bit of a sidestep here with our Joker blogs. For anyone who doesn't know, basically the shorthand of this is that this is a series of fan films from roughly around the time, like right after The Dark Knight to around the time The Dark Knight Rises came out, roughly around that time, where the idea was to essentially recreate Heath Ledger's Joker in a found footage format and essentially kind of keep the Joker and the Nolanverse going through that structure. And it kind of evolved into something a little bit more theatrical in its second season. We're going through it. There's the second season's kind of mixed in found footage with more kind of Nolan-esque theatrical sort of full-blown production and filming. And it's a ride. But Dragon, we're going all the way back to the beginning. I assume this early one is, this feels really early. Like, this feels like... obviously we've got, these are a few years spread out from each other, but they're still pretty early on in the run, I think. But the first one in particular, man, doesn't even really feel like, there's a couple beats with the performance where I'm like, ooh, that's not quite right, but in an interesting kind of way. So I'll hand the reins off to you. I assume you can explain this better than I can.
Yes, so for starters, let's throw up the Dark Knight Before Christmas.
Okay, 1 second.
So yeah, folks, that's right. The way we're going to approach this is we have two Christmas specials. Technically, two Christmas task videos. That's kind of what these were called. So essentially, the Joker blogs imitated Joker. Joker blogs imitated the very Joker-inspired Nolan viral marketing campaigns we had on Batman Begins, but especially The Dark Knight, in which the viral marketing literally exploded. And of course, it took that young buck Christopher Nolan quite far with his Batman endeavors. So yeah, essentially that was kind of the logic here. Like, they were going to get the word out on the show by doing viral marketing, much like the stuff that was kind of part of the craze of The Dark Knight. In this case, it started off in kind of like a holiday setting. See, when the Joker blog started, it was like right after The Dark Knight came out. So this was like the first episode of the Joker blogs. The pilot was in October of 2008, so literally a few July, August, about 2 months after The Dark Knight came out. So it's kind of when the idea formulated. They already saw the trailers and everything, which kind of had like a costume kind of rudimentary kind of put together, and you had your actor, you had your kind of your basically our showrunners who run both of these videos. There's something very full circle of both of these, by the way. It's kind of intentional. This is both the first and the last task video the Joker blogs ever did. Because essentially, during all the holidays, they had these little task viral marketing campaigns. They draw up and drum up support for both shows. And this was so very early on. This is in the first season. Essentially, is the in quotes fourth episode. You have 3 episodes. After the pilot, they then kind of shot episodes 2 and 3 kind of back to back. And that was in December, and then they kind of figured, okay, well, we're going to hold off until we kind of come back, so let's do a Christmas thing, just kind of pad things out a bit, and that's essentially what this was.
Yeah, and like I said, it definitely feels very early.
And in that spirit, again, like the Joker blogs, the arc of the performance, and of course, it's great from the outset, and especially the writing, but primarily it starts off full on as like they're going for as much Heath Ledger as they can muster. To it kind of evolves into what he might have done had we've been able to build on where we were going with the Heath Ledger performance. So again, it's kind of a performance that evolves, and it's obviously very grounded in Heath Ledger, but it kind of becomes its own thing as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's one very key moment here that, frankly, I think he just kind of butchers. Like, it's not butchers is maybe a harsh word, but like
Oh yeah,
the
I'll say
look at me thing. I mean, we'll get into it. That is a very notable. Like, if this was later on in the series, I don't think they would have gone with that take.
Oh, remember they did. We have done like the look at me a couple other times in Joker blogs, and it's kind of at least mainly one other time, but in kind of homage. We haven't used the exact words. We've used like "sign it."
Uh-huh. Right.
Okay, so let's break down the Dark Knight Before Christmas.
So I do like right off the bat we get this image of just Joker sitting on Santa's lap. Obviously, I feel like this is just quintessential Heath Ledger Joker with the dark purple coat and everything.
Yeah, so this one's kind of this one's purely viral marketing. This one's kind of out of continuity. It's like, okay, so it's Joker probably less.
This honestly feels like it would be right at home with all the other like Heath Ledger Joker parody videos that came out around this time.
Yeah. This essentially is a parody of the hostage video, but with the seasonal setting. The whole like we have the Batman, the Sons of Batman group. The knockoff vigilantes wearing the hockey pads, one of which played by Brian Douglas, not the actor's name, but just our fake Batman's name.
Oh God,
Brian Douglas. Anyway, so Joker has kidnapped essentially a Salvation Army charity Santa, played by Andrew DeVary, our other showrunner and writer, and so on and so forth. So again, Ted the Bum, who we're going to get to in the next episode, he is the Santa.
Yes.
So he's been bound and gagged and everything. So let's see. So we have what is your name? This is Chris Claus. Are you the real Santa? Of course, no. This is no. And why do you dress up?
Why do you dress up like him? And that I think the whole "why are you dressed up like him" thing is probably like the best performance beat.
Of course, the fun thing too is it adds to kind of the dangling mask bit when we can take the Santa hat off. It would have been even better if it had a little bell on it. In retrospect,
right.
Like, woo! Anyway, Joker being playful, he's taking off the hat and everything. So we have this great thing where, he reveals that he works for the Salvation Army. He says, "Oh, we're in a war, Chris." It's kind of great, the whole war paint kind of angle with the Joker and everything. It's kind of nice. So that's how crazy I get at Christmas. I just want to wish you all, and we have the big tagline that's in both of these that we kind of get initiated here. The whole, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, and happy hand grenades.
Happy hand grenades, yes.
That's great.
I don't know. I think the whole the look at me thing. It's not as powerful. Like I just don't really think he goes for it in the way that he should.
I mean, yeah, but I think the whole thing is it's very obviously compared to the rest of the Joker Blogs episodes, which are something wholly original. This is we're going literally beat.
But Dragon, that's honestly kind of exactly why the look at me not being on point kind of bothers me even more. So is that you're right, we are going beat by beat through it.
Honestly, I don't know how much of that is just the show is always competing with Heath Ledger to some degree, so it's always a bit of that.
No, I know, I don't know. Maybe again, I really do think the look at me line is very much like the quintessential holy shit, that was the scary Joker moment in that movie. So I don't know. It's not terrible, but for a performance that's 99% of the time, almost on par, arguably, with the actual Heath Ledger.
Well, again, he was a babe in the woods in the beginning.
Sure.
Yeah. So he wants to wish the YouTubers a Merry Christmas, which then leads to kind of our PSA with a twist around the holidays. Don't be greedy. Upset the established order. Basically, he wants you to. The first task for the bar marketing purposes here is he wants everyone to Jokerize a $1 bill by drawing some Joker lips on it, and a red smile on Washington's face, and put in the bucket of the bell ringers, and then comment on this video.
It's crazy. I think I've seen at least one of these.
Oh.
I don't know if it was for this specific viral marketing thing. It could have been just, someone
was
just
in 2008.
But
was it in 2008?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Right. Well, maybe. Plus, those bills probably circulate. So if so, I mean,
Right,
you actually
right.
got like a physical bill.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe just circulate. Maybe it's just kind of a heady thing, where it's the bill
Yeah,
circulate.
that could be.
Anyways, of course, if you don't, more bell ringers will die. A man of my word. All right,
Yep.
that's the first one. All right, so let me give you some context on the juicier of the two. So, Christmas with the Joker, Joke Blogs Christmas Special. So this essentially served as this is after. So this is after season one wrapped up. As you can probably guess. This essentially was the announcement for the Joker Blogs DVD,
Mm-hmm.
which collected the first season, but
I mean,
edited.
essentially, this is just like a really clever promo for the DVD. That's essentially what this is.
Well, it's a little more than that, Tiki. Yes, it is that, but it's essentially it was an announcement for the Joker Blogs DVD set, which, as I told you before, is edited to be a feature film. Essentially, is the
Right,
found footage
right.
movie combined. It's like the editing's a little kind of mixed in. Like again during the wedding, for example, like the wedding is intercut with Joker making his way slowly but surely to the wedding,
Uh-huh.
building the tension, stuff like that. So essentially, this is the announcement for that DVD via Christmas video with little, of course, Batman the Animated Series nod with Christmas with the Joker. So and again, it goes full circle to the whole task video thing, which the first and the last thing. Because this is where they kind of got away from the task video thing because now they were fully funded. The people knew who they were because this essentially was. You would click on the link, and the way you would get the DVD is you would contribute to the Indiegogo campaign
Oh, that's nice.
for funding season 2.
Uh-huh.
And it was a massive success, Tegan. By massive success, I mean 137% funded.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I mean $34,000 budget for season 2 compared to no budget on the first season. It's pretty substantial. So so because that's the thing, legally they can't sell the Joker unless you want to answer to Jack Nicholson. You can't sell the Joker.
Oh God.
I'm only half kidding because again,
no, I know.
Nicholson didn't strike at that historic deal, which I assume still works in. I never was able to clarify.
Does it have to do with like all the Jokers and not just
that's the thing. I was never able to find out.
Because if so, that's huge.
That's the thing. I was never able to confirm whether or not. I wonder if anyone would be able to find this out and maybe get back to us. But if Nicholson's deal was for the Joker was the Joker character period in live action, like any merchandise based on the Joker, or if it was just for his likeness, which would make the most sense, but still. I don't know. The way Nixon talks about it when they did retrospectives on 89, it sounded like
right.
got a piece of the Joker. Like I don't know. It might have been like one of those things. Think about it. It's like John Peters. John Peters was able to buy the rights for Superman because just no one really knew that it was up for sale.
Sure.
It's possible. I mean, that's the thing. That's how that's how we almost got Nick Cage's Superman for a brief time.
True.
Ultimately, we kind of did. All right. So, all that said, let's break this down.
Yeah, we're seeing a Christmas party, the Arkham Christmas party.
Yes. Now, here's the fun fact: Steve Maloney is playing our cameraman here, so it's unclear. Here, in my heart of hearts, I like to think this is not Dr. Arkham. This thing kind of teeters on a line where, if you really want to finagle it, you could say this does happen within the context of the show in a really interesting meta way. But I think Smart Money is it's just kind of like the other task video. It's a little out of continuity because it's a season.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, they're directly addressing the whole, selling the merchandise of it all.
Well, that's true. But put a pin in that, Tiki. We're going to circle back to that to show you where that might actually be genuine.
All right.
Regardless, so it's the thing though, where I have to hope that it's not Dr. Arkham because this would imply Dr. Arkham's flirting with other women at the Christmas parties. He's cheating on his wife. Like, come on, man.
Right.
He's giving out the odious to his wife. I've been glad that to me cinches that. Okay, it's just Steve Maloney. They're being short on actors. Like, hey, Steve, you want to help us out? Sure. All right. So
or like you said, it could just be like out of continuity.
Well, sure, but I guess what I mean is it could just be like out of continuity, being like it's just Maloney's playing some other random.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, it would add a layer too if like Artemis felt really guilt-ridden, like he was hitting on women during the Christmas party while he was married. So it's a way to look at it. You know, you don't
Mhm.
know. We don't know what his marriage was like. We had an idea of what it was like. So we have the Christmas party.
I mean, it's not like he's full on,
Yeah,
like being a horn dog to her. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like really the way you're painting it, Dragon. Honestly, like it really like what's the actual? It's only one line of dialogue. It's really not that bad.
that's fair. I don't know. The way I look at it, the point that we don't fully know, maybe it's Arkham, maybe it's not Arkham. Who the heck knows? We
uh,
don't see this face. So we have the office Christmas party at Arkham Asylum. It says like, "Hey, enjoying the office party?" And of course, Joker from behind him says, "Oh, I am," and he hits him, I believe, with a bottle. Just bam.
I just love how abruptly the Joker just inserts himself into the situation.
Joker is like,
And
time.
honestly, the fact that the Joker inserts himself into the situation, people don't really seem to be that bothered by it. And he basically just starts plugging the DVD.
Yeah. Well, remember, he's tied everyone up though, Tiki.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. So he shows up. He seemed like in the process of tying people up, and Ted drinking all the punch. Like, Ted, can I get a little help here?
You know what? I'm glad you're mentioning the drinking because honestly, this is like the big layer to the performance that really impressed me, Dragon. They're playing Heath Ledger's Joker drunk, which is really like if you think about it, that's a lot of layers of performance.
A little bit. We don't know how schlockered he is. Looks like he's
I don't know. I think he's kind of schlockered.
I think we edited the footage, so time could have passed. I mean, people are tied up now. It's possible. Well, yeah. So like Ted's like drinking all the punch and everything here. It's like Ted, a little help. So we have again, very much. I've seen like there's only one other video I saw by I believe I forget if it was the Bat and Son folks or not. Yeah, there's this fan film somewhere where essentially it's in homage to Christmas with the Joker, where a Joker and Harley Quinn take over like basically break into someone's house and they
Oh
do like
God,
a little like almost like a satellite kind of like television show version of Christmas with the Joker.
that
Anyway,
honestly sounds like what I thought Harley Quinn and the Joker versus the real world was going to be like.
if memory serves,
Just like a little one-off fan film.
I believe we covered it for one of our for either Christmas in July or but I have to
that sounds familiar. Yeah,
I'm fairly certain that we did. Anyway, so Joker has the woman that was being flirted with, or at least being kind of like approached, like, "Hey, you enjoying the Christmas party?" However you want to interpret that, tied up on his lap like Santa Claus. Practically, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, hi! This is my favorite bit of acting here. This may fit into the drunk thing or not. I don't know. But it's like basically, he looks at the camera. He's hamming it up like, "Oh, hi!" and just shoves.
He's a little bit more jovial than he usually is, Dragon. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, hi! If I could have gotten a good freeze frame of that, I would work that in. But again, because we're using the crappy Arkham cameras. That's it's all the shots are a little runny. By the way, best part when we have like Ted do the announcement, he's holding like the little drawing, like it's time for Christmas with the Joker and Ted, and with Ted, like this little doodle of Ted in the corner. Of course,
okay, I'm sorry, Dragon. Really quick, I'm gonna shout out Richard's victims in the comments. First of all, he says there's no way it's all the Joker.
That makes sense. I'm inclined to believe you're right, Richard's victims. I just don't know.
He also says the idea of a drunk Heath Ledger Joker scares me. Richard's victims. If you haven't seen this episode, links in the description. It's only 90 seconds long. Go ahead and check it out.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, so they just have this thing is very much an homage. Of course, they love the animated series on Joker blogs, particularly Andrew DeBerry, and DeBerry loves getting a lot of little Dini-isms in there when he can. And of course, you have a little bit of Dini didn't full on write Christmas with a Joker, but he was involved in the process. Eddie Gordetsky wrote that one. It's the fact of Christmas with Joe. He says it the same way and everything with a little drawing. It's Jokerized version of like the Office memo at the Christmas party. So then we have the whole hi.
Oh, hi.
All right, let's see. So, Merry Christmas and Happy Hand Grenades, which I just love that saying, by the way.
Happy Hand Grenades is a very good Jokerism for sure.
It is. So, let's see. So, since you fans have been I love the pause, because when you think about what kind of fans would watch this, since you fans have been so nice, want to give you a gift for the holidays. And we have this Santa bag full of the Joker blogs DVD sets, which basically are set up season 1, edited into the movie. So here's the thing. The logic, I like to think, if you take this at face value, the logic would be, because again, the whole purpose of the thing that ran through the entire first season of Joker Vlogs is that the footage is posted on YouTube. And it is seen. So it is not out of the realm of possibility that Ted, being the resourceful homeless man that he is, and we've established this, he can do anything, and he's posted some videos before, somehow got his hands on all the evidence from season 1 and edited it into a movie that could be mass produced.
Okay, but why would Joker want to mass produce that, though?
Well, the man tried to copy, in a certain Joker context, he tried to copyright fish, which are a natural resource, Tiki.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, this is like him rewarding his fans who watched the videos in the first place. Technically, he's not selling this; he's just giving it to them.
No, you're right. You're right.
Based on that logic, it's just the fact of Joker and Ted stole the found footage. They've edited into a film to tell the Joker story, the ham that he is.
Oh God.
and yeah, but unfortunately, our guest tonight have been very naughty. Then we reveal, I can't tell because he's all bound again. It looks like Sharpie, but the glasses aren't there. Could be Dr. Cavendish. Point being, one of the Arkham board members. Bound and gagged under the hat. Hits him with a beer bottle. Very brutally, by the way. Like, damn.
I like how much mileage he gets out of the bottles this episode.
Oh, yeah. I hope he then pops the top and he's just drinking that during this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He's... Like, I don't know. I think he's a few drinks in at this point. I really do.
Well, again, he had a bottle when he started. So it's possible, he's... So, one could say, Tiki, as demented and reviled as he is, this is a homicide maniac you'd want to have a beer with, don't you think?
Sure.
Anyway, so just let me literally having a beer on screen. All right, it's not that hard. Anyway,
no, I'm just saying, like Heath Ledger Joker. That's not exactly that's an unpredictable man, Dragon.
I mean, it feels like what he's going for in the scene. There's there's a crazy guy. He's festive. He's full of cheers, having a fireside chat.
Oh God. That reminds me of one of my favorite moments in Dexter season 3 where Miguel Prada's just like, but Dexter, we gotta grab a beer, essay.
Yep.
God.
So all of this, again, just the fact that all of this is because the Arkham board told him he can't mail packages, let alone 30,000. Which those numbers are accurate, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So good news is, it's the holidays. It means I have a task for each and every one of you. You want your gift, click the link, watch the video, and then we'll send you your gift. So you can imagine, along with roughly 30,000 other people, we heard this. We were clicking feverishly after that video played. Right. Yep. And
did it just take you to a GoFundMe page, or was there some sort of viral ARG thing attached to it?
No. It took you to it basically linked you to the Indiegogo page, which had a video that basically was them out of costume telling you how the whole thing worked.
Mm.
Which essentially is you donate to Indiegogo, whatever the tier was for the DVD, and it'll be sent to you, and those funds would go to season 2, which clearly the production values they did.
Okay. Honestly, I don't really have much to say about either of these. I think it's a fun little diversion for us. What?
Sorry, I forgot the last gag. Then you can get into the final thoughts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The caroling. Remember, Ted and
right. No, that is a good gag. I'm sorry. Yes.
They're cocking the guns. Yeah, Merry Christmas. That's Joker's version of caroling, all right.
Oh, God. Dragon, in my headcanon, I like to think that they're shooting anyone who doesn't sing along with them.
That's a great idea.
We're going to spread holiday cheer, or we're going to kill people trying.
We're going to spread holiday cheer even if everyone dies trying.
Oh, God.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a fun little diversion. It's always interesting to look at kind of like this supplemental material, especially like this was still very much early days of YouTube, especially the 2008 one. So I guess for me personally, I think just that whole kind of like time capsule element to these is sort of like the thing I appreciated the most. But like I said, I do very much appreciate the, Schlocker Joker, like Heath Ledger Joker, maybe played slightly drunk. I think that's a very interesting, like, choice to go with for the performance. So, the first one, I really don't have a lot to say. Like it's literally just like a beat for beat, parody. Like I said, the most interesting thing about it to me is that it very much feels like of its time, because you remember all those other Joker Dark Knight parody videos that were going around, right?
Very well.
And then Melvin, brother of the Joker, probably killed that whole trend off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like something that would very much kind of like fit into that, early YouTube mold. And it's very interesting to see that obviously the people that were behind that went on to do much bigger and broader things. So, again, like interesting time capsules. Time capsule, I think, is the phrase of the day.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Again, these are, again, it's so interesting looking at these. It's been a while since I have, because, again, so much has happened between them. Just seeing, the beginning of these little holiday test things and the end of it, and just seeing, like, how the production values at one starts and how it just gets really fully produced for the DVD announcement later on. And, of course, you have Ted in the mix. It's always great to see just these two kind of pal around this and do shenanigans. I lost my mind when I saw this, the second video for the first time. He's like, oh, my God. One, of course, for the DVD announcement is more so like, you gotta remember, it had been a while since, like, no one thought we were going to get any more Joker blogs.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like the big announcement that, hey, we're essentially we're coming back. I believe that was I forget if the teaser was released on the same day as this or if it was like very shortly before. So the point being, any way you slice it, we were desperate for more information. We were desperate for, like, oh God, there's going to be more. But is this the fact that it's like, oh my God, there's more information? Look at the production. It's like seeing an old friend again after he's like, oh, please don't go. Okay. It's like, hey, he's not going. He's coming back. All right. So, it was kind of the second one more so, I think, leaves a greater impact for sure. And it was, let's just say things are going to get really interesting in our next installment of the Joker blogs, Tiki. I'm gonna say that much, especially after watching this video. This was not willy-nilly purely because Christmas in July. This is kind of part of the overall plan.
Ooh, okay. Cryptic as always. I like it.
Exactly. Let's just say this is actually a much more key episode than you possibly could ever realize.
Oh, anyway,
wow. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks to Richard's Victims for joining us in the comments. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, our time's up, and it's time to seal the further evidence until our next session where we attempt to answer the question, is there a method to the madness with the Joker Blogs case study?
Merry Christmas and happy.
Oh, hi! I'm sorry.
Hi. Oh, bye.